Alrighty, everybody, welcome back. Well, the video I did yesterday took off. I don't know. I don't know if it's because I had a sexy posed girlfriend on there from an AVN that I demonstrated in the video or not, but but it is getting some talk. Um, in there, I would I showed toward the end of the video I showed what an AVN looks like because I talk about it a lot, and everybody was talking about what does one look like? I never played one or never even heard of an AVN before, and so that's why I threw that in there. But the subject of the video, along with my digression at the whole first like 25 minutes of it, um, which is a normal video for me, by the way, for those of you who don't know, like this one is starting out. The whole point of it was the DSE file, which is a binary file that doesn't give you any clue of what it is and everything. You gotta figure it out. And this happens a lot when you're a reverse engineer or an independent security researcher, because the majority of the time you're going to be working on binary files, reverse engineering them, or you're going to open a binary file first and try to find out, get some clues on, what's going on and everything before you actually, open it in IDA or whatever. And I start looking around. And you see right here, I also talked about courses and stuff on there, and that sparked some conversation in chat the other day. Um, you know, Tech Goblin here, one one YouTuber. You saw I mentioned Ryan Montgomery in my video, and I don't care for him that much, but he brought up some other people. OTW charges $100 on 2 videos. Well, he's got a $10,000 course too, and one guy's which one was $10,000? I'm unable to find it. I don't know why he's looking for it but okay. Um, yeah, and this guy. Um, this is interesting to talk about. Paying for a course will make you learn. LOL. Everything out is out there on the web for free. Learning is right mixture of failing, discovering, and succeeding. And yes, there are scammers and everything, but I'm going to be selling a course. Like all you guys know, I'm in the process of putting a whole thing together with cloud computing and um, kind of like Hack the Box, but nowhere comparable to Hack the Box, because I'm a single person, working on here. I don't have a team of developers or anything, but I'm going to make scenarios that you won't find on a commercial. But mine's commercial because you'll be paying monthly for it, but I'm going to be putting you in scenarios and stuff that are more aligned to what hackers deal with, which you won't find on the Hack the Box, for obvious reasons. But what he says down here, yes, not normally would apply, but not everybody, not every single person is the same. You know, you're in college or high school even. You got a classroom of, let's say, 75 people. Well, let's just say 100 to make it a round number for those that aren't really good at division and percentages. Which I don't know why you're getting into reverse engineering or security if you aren't, but you're gonna have a hard time of it. But anyway, listen, all 100 people don't learn the same. Not all 100 people are going to be able to be on their own, you know, and open things like a hacker. Hackers learn on their own, but they're not failing and figuring out what went wrong, discovering the problem, and and succeeding and moving on, and then because all you're going to do when you solve one problem, all you're going to do is move on to another one right after that, and so you're going to spend your first year is going to be all problem solving until you get a knowledge base in your head. Once you solve a problem and everything, you should know that already. So now you don't got to relearn that. Next time you come across that, you understand it. And every time you solve a problem, your knowledge gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And pretty soon you're not solving problems because when you open a binary to reverse engineer it, you understand a vast majority of it because you've seen it all already. And this is after a couple years or more of doing this. But not everybody can go that route. The majority of people, you're going to have a small percentage of your class that just cannot understand it. They're going to find out that this isn't for them, and they're going to move on to a different. They're going to quit and maybe take up art or painting or home ec or something else because they're going to quickly see that this is too difficult and this is not for me. You're going to have another small percentage at the top of the class. These are the one percenters. You got the one percenters at the bottom, or maybe 15 or 20 percenters at the bottom, but you got the one percenters at the top that are way ahead of the class. They pick everything up as soon as they hear it, and they're into this. Um, but 80% of your class, or 70%, whatever, the majority of your class are going to be all average. Um, some are going to, some are going to need a little help. Others are going to need a lot of help. And, the mid, upper part, they'll get majority of, they'll understand the majority, but they still need a little help once in a while. But you're going to be helping that part of your class the majority of the time. So, yeah, what he says here is true, but you know, it only applies to a very, very small few because the majority of the people that are learning this are going to need one-on-one help. And that's in anything. And I teach a lot of things. I teach 3D. I teach, how to make porn. I teach music, keyboards and guitar. This is all online, by the way. So I'm very familiar with the learning habits of people. Some pick things up right away, some don't pick it up at all, and the majority of people are scattered in between. But they need help. They're not the type to look at a problem and figure it out on their own. And I want to do that right now. And see, I can go over here, you know, and these are the common things that we see. If you're into security, I'm signed into my CyberSecJourney account here. Um, the scammer payback, this guy right here, X64, X here, debug, cracking. Um, up here, I'm programming C sharp, and he's looking like he's disgusted doing it. Um, I don't know why you would be disgusted with C sharp. It's a language. I'm not disgusted with anything. Um, because I'll, I'll look at any code. It's not a, I'm not eating food here. It's like, oh, that's spinach. I don't like spinach. No, it's C sharp, dude. Get over it. It's no different than C or JavaScript or Ruby or Python. It's a language, and it's just do it. You're not tasting it or anything. It's not going to burn you, or it's not going to physically do anything for you. It's just a fucking language. If C sharp bothers you, maybe you're in the wrong career, dude. Don't know what to tell you. But we can go through here. Uh, 2+ hours of hacking documentary. This is all you see. And scamming. Um, this is all you. It's not going to take you nowhere, guys. Um, because the majority of people on YouTube are teaching to beginners because they're selling. Well, like me. Um, I'm in it. I want to get people into the cybersecurity industry. The majority of people on YouTube that are selling courses, they want to make money. They really don't give a shit whether you get a certificate or learn the course or not. They just want your monthly subscription, and that's it. You're going to get very limited support probably. They'll probably have a Discord channel, but they're not in it that much. I mean, they're in it, but you never see them chatting with anyone like me. I'm gonna look all the time. Look, right here in the first, I got 3 answers right here in the first one. Um, and and I'm in other people's channels. Over here, Hack the Box, TCM Security, and everything. I know that I'm not speaking from, I'm not guessing here. I've been in other YouTubers' Discords, and I know they'll be online, and it'll be yellow up here. It won't have a green, it won't say online. It'll, they'll be up here. There'll be a yellow thing there saying that they're gone, and that's the whole day. You don't see them the whole day. So the people that are in their Discord, I don't know why they're there for, because the only people that really pay attention to them, and even then it's only like 10%, are the moderators. The moderators have this stuck up, attitude that, oh, I'm a moderator. Don't address, don't at me or anything. Don't DM me or anything. What are you doing? I'm a moderator. Um, it's all BS. So nothing but a bunch of bullshit, in my opinion. But anyway, enough of my ranting. Um, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do here. Obviously, you don't. You obviously you see I don't like the normal stuff on YouTube. Your normal YouTube security video, basically. Um, I want something different. Now, I introduced the binary for and everything, and maybe some people can get or want to get interested in learning how a binary file is supposed to be structured. And when you're given a binary file, a glob of binary text, um, how are we going to make sense of it? How are we going to break this apart? Because beginners at this point, they're depending on someone else online to decipher it. And and they can go read a blog post or something, or maybe if you're lucky, a YouTube video of them breaking down the binary file. But if you're into finding malware, if you're a security researcher, you're finding malware that's never been found before, hopefully. And that's why I'm on the hacking, not the hacking, the porn sites. You know, I'm on the porn sites and everything because there's a lot of porn. There's a lot of porn on there. There's a lot of malware on there because what's the number one traffic source on the internet? The number one traffic source, porn is. So if you're a malware author and you're like, let me see, I got a bitchin' ass malware here, payload or whatever. I can get remote control of a computer, and the person wouldn't even know it. Um, so I need to get this to as many people as possible. How can I do that? Well, my friend, porn is the answer. If you want to distribute it as fast as possible, and you're going to end up with some very interesting people, let's say, forget the computer. You're going your malware is going to go on a computer, but there's a person that's using that computer, and that could be a rich person, that could be a billionaire, that could be a celebrity, and reason I single out these people is you're going to find it's these people that are mostly into porn. You don't really see a lot of poor people or people in the ghetto and stuff. Into porn. The free porn, yes, but that's not what malware authors are. Or they're not interested in that because you see, they're especially if they got ransomware. I mean, if you want someone that's got the capability to pay money, if you can, extort them or blackmail them or something, what are you gonna, what do you think you're going to get if you're going to try to blackmail a poor person that lives in the ghetto? That's not a very good business proposition. You're looking for people that got money that can, that don't want information published about them that you might find on their computer, like they got child porn on there or they got an affair. You know, they're worth a certain million amount of dollars and stuff, and a divorce would be bad for them because they got to split it, and everything, and you're gonna look, if you don't want to pay me my little bit amount that I want, it's a lot, it's a lot of money to me, but it's a little to you. So if you don't want to pay my little bitty amount, well, I'm just going to release everything publicly to you and send a link to your wife so she can go check it out. Pictures of you and your mistress girl, hanging out in a motel and this and that and the other, whatever. That's what they're looking for, and those are the targets. And that's why, if you're a malware author and everything, porn is a great thing to get into. You got to be able to not pay attention to the porn because you're there for the malware. And I've watched more porn than you know. I've been in porn since 1996. People, you don't think I've seen, you think a naked girl is going to turn me on? Even if she's the hottest babe you've ever seen in your life, trust me, I've seen it before. It's just a naked girl. Okay, yeah, nothing really, unless she's an alien. Nothing I haven't really seen before, really. But that's the whole thing behind the porn and the malware and everything. Um, and that's why I want to get malware on here because I know that you'll find a lot of ransomware. Like I said, you'll find ransomware that is new. You know, because this is a testing ground for these people. You won't see a lot of the stuff that I have in my collection. It's not even there hasn't even been an article written on it yet. And that's just because there's only it's like 1% or 1 to 5% maybe of all the malware out there that gets published on any kind of security site or blog. Because there's just too much of it out there. They can't, they wouldn't be able to do security research, you know, because they'd be spending all their time collecting this malware and then reverse engineering it, figuring out what it does and everything. They wouldn't even be able to have an antivirus program because you're spending all your fucking time going through this malware. And that's why people get hacked because obviously, you know, a company can't hire enough malware reverse engineer or malware analysts to, keep up on the malware to reverse engineer it to get signatures that they can put in their antivirus software and everything. Because for one, you know, it would take too much money. You have your malware department would be huge, and every company would be like that. And the other problem, which is the problem I'm trying to cure, the other problem with that is they probably wouldn't be spending that money because there's not enough qualified people to fill the positions. They're like, look, you know, we, we would love to have over 100 people reverse engineering malware. The problem is, well, we can put ads and everything out and get the word out there, but are we able to find 100 people that can reverse engineer malware? No. That is the problem. The problem of them having to pay 100 people, that's not the problem. Um, it would be if they had 100 people, but they would work out that problem, if it was a problem. But it's never going to be a problem because, like I said, you're not going to get 100 people. Just as plain and simple as that. And like I said, now it used to be all Windows, 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 back in the day. Well, this is 2024, my friend. I have a lot of malware that is Mac OS. Oh, our lawn guys are outside, so you might hear their blower running. Um, that is Mac OS, both Intel and ARM, and Linux, because still all the reverse engineering people that want to learn reverse engineering and everything, um, it's Windows. They want to go because it's the most information out there. All the videos on on YouTube are on Windows EXEs and DLL and everything, and Mac and Linux are different. They're different file formats, different assembly, and set up differently, do different things. One is a CISC and one is a RISC architecture, like Mac. And reduced instruction set computing is what I'm talking about. Whereas Intel and your normal x86, is a sys. But anyway, let's take a look at that real quick here, and then this video will be over. I don't need it to go an hour long again. And this is simple. Do I have it open? Yeah, this is what I got. I did a search. Is it just back? Yeah, I did a search on Mac. Now you're not gonna, I told you I have a lot, but apparently on CrackMe's, there's only two. There's only two ARM files on here, and this is the first one. I haven't even downloaded the other one yet. There's no solution, and there's 4 comments. How do you crack the MD5 hash though? It's a one way. I found this 32-bit number in the code, blah, blah, blah. Perhaps the unhashed version is the password, blah, blah, blah. Oh, never mind, I got it. But he says he's got it, but he didn't put a solution in. So he's not really helping the community out here much, if he did get it, or maybe he didn't get it and he's just saying that, you know. But anyway, I downloaded it and everything. And let's the one problem is you would have to learn Mac OS and its architecture and assembly. That's your first problem. Your second problem is tools. I mean, we can get into Kali and we can go through Binwalker and all the other tools that Kali has, and we can do other stuff. But for here, I'm going to use ImHex. Now you saw in my other video, my one I posted yesterday, I showed you 010 editor. That's $100 piece of software. Probably I still haven't checked it. While we are live here, let's do that. Let's solve this problem. 010 editor. I didn't spell it right, but it'll figure it out. Real quick, let's see if we can get a price on this. There is a free trial, but if you're really really into this, don't worry about you can get the free trial, but you're going to end up buying it. So let's just go and see what the damage is. Yeah. So new users, yeah. So it was $100. It was $99. I don't know how long ago I bought it. But now it's $150. It's up, so it has went up. Oh no, $59 for home academic use. Um, home. So which one is it? If it's home use, then you don't need nothing. But if you're saying it's also for academic use, then I'm sure you're going to want the person to prove that he's a student and everything. And some people can't be both. So if I went to $60 price for the home version because I'm not a student, what are you guys going to do? Are you guys going to ask me to prove I'm a student? And I'm like, well, no, I'm not a student. You said home or academic use. I'm just a person. I'm going to use it from home. I'm not going to use it commercially. Are they going to believe you or not? Who knows? Um, but anyway, that's where that sits. So now we know. But ImHex is free, and it is available on Linux, Mac, and Windows. You can see I'm on a Mac. I'm on an M1, so it does run on an M1 ARM64 architecture. So for those of you that are wondering, let me close up stuff here. But this is let's go run it. Let me show you what where did I put it? Oh, downloads. Crack knees. Let's see what we got. This is what it is. It just shows some kind of licensed program for CrackMe to continue. Enter your license key. Your license key here. Check. It counts your attempts, and that's about it. So okay, we get the gist. So now we know what we're working with. Now you're not, unless you're really familiar with ImHex. And there's IDA Pro, and there's like I told you. Well, I can't cover everything in one video, guys, but I just choose these because I've seen ImHex on YouTube a lot lately, so I figured I'd check it out and look at it. And I'm going to show you something else after this that more fits this scenario. But you can see, over here we got enumeration, we got structs. So over here is just a general layout, the header. We can click on these and it'll highlight and then show you over here. Um, let me close this header. We can go into the load command, which is at the bottom here. Right here is the load command struct, and you can see all the if, else. It's going to go through, and that's why we got all this right here, 38. And let's just pick one. I can open one up here. We can pick the data, and we can see right here, it highlights man, this thing scrolls quick. But you see right here, it highlights the data. Well, you see it's user lib swift object. It's a dylib file. So in other words, max version of a DLL. And we go back one, and you're like, okay. So this is the data structure right here. These 4 bytes are the command size. You can see over here, type, size, U32, command size, like that. And we go over here and we click command, and that's the next 4 bytes. And that's up here, commands. And we got this long, enumerate right here with all the, sub client, sub umbrella, and all this other stuff in here. And, and you could dig into that and everything. But you can see right here, this is all basically libraries. You look at all of these. That's all this is showing you here. And like I said, you can see the color changes. Down here, well, we're primarily all green and everything. But once we get to the top, now we're all red and orange, and everything. So you can see the the difference. Up here, we have stubs and text. That's all we have up here. And if you're familiar with, you guys understand these. You should understand them and everything. But let's real quick so we can end this video, not take much of your time yet. I took almost an hour of your time, guys, yesterday. So, but let's switch over to Hopper. This is the same program opened up in Hopper. Now, this is specifically for Mac files. Naturally, we got the graph view over here. I got it on 3D diagram stack. We see this chunk. There's a cube over in the top right. I don't know if do I have let me check my, do I have, yeah, I got, so you should be able to see my cursor. But you see this little square right here? It's all colored in, and everything. And I said this before and everything, but, I'll explain this, all about entropy and what this means. And I can move it. You see, it's 3D, so I can move this around and take a side look at it. Because see, right here, it looks like this is all up front, in the front of it and everything. But when you actually turn it, and everything, you can see, no, it's all in the back of the cube. Right here, beginning and the end. Most all of it is back. And this is the opcode and binary and all that stuff and everything. But anyway, this is not a deep dive into Hopper and Mac files. We can get an idea. Let me go up here. Let's look through. I should have bookmarked these. But right here, we can see we got a licensed delegate. Okay, we're in licensing. You can see over here we got BL. Some of these you'll know, add, move, and everything. But you're going to find move statements like this move Z and everything. This BL is like call in x86. You're basically calling this function right here. But on here it's BL. And there's also a B. There's a plain B right here. We got one down here, which is jump, which is the same thing as JMP in x86. So we're B, which is jumping, not equal, and we're going to go to that, which is right below it and everything. And we found the license. You know, we're on the right here. We found a license subroutine and everything, so we can go down that rabbit hole, you know, and get down. We got foundation. Um, but anyway, I was going to show you. This is interesting. Um, oh, I should have bookmarked all of these, but where was it? There it is, right here, embedded in the file. We have a Russian URL. Now I'm not going to. I've checked this out, and if you guys get this file and check it out yourself or anything, I'll let you discover what's going on with that and everything. But yeah, it makes you wonder. Okay, this is a crack me on on crackme.com and everything, and the person's going to put a Russian URL link inside here. You're like, what exactly is this doing? You know, and everything. But yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. But anyway, with that, people, I'm going to cut it off right here because, like I said, we can get into more stuff. And let's go back over here uh, to Hexa. You can see up here. Um, this is Little Indian. You know, it's backwards. You know, it's FEED, and you know that tells you this in ARM64. It's the magic number, but you don't see it. So you don't see it right here where it should be. It's just all dots and everything. And we'll get, you know, I'll get into that. And if this was a Windows, you would see, you know, an exe right here or whatever it was. But Mac is different, and especially in ImHex. And you know, this over here, the pattern editor. You know, this is not a disassembler that we're looking at. You know, if you want that, you know, you got to get into the disassembler up, you know, in IM header up here, which is out down here at the bottom, and then you know you got all the settings. You know, I don't know if you guys have checked out ImHex or not, or there's plenty of. No, I don't know. I haven't seen a whole lot, but there are people that demonstrate it, probably in very basic terms, like I'm doing here. Um, but I'm more like, what do you guys want to get into? Because let me go back over here. I did get a comment on my last video, which was on mobile. Let me open it up here. See right here. Can you do some videos on mobile communication vulnerabilities? Um, well, he's the only one that's ever requested that, really. Um, that's my only first request of mobile vulnerabilities, you know, in any form, whether it's Android or iOS or whatever. Um, so, I mean, not with just one request. You know, I can't do it because, you know, the interest isn't there. I need more people. I need more people commenting or let me know what you guys want. Right now, people aren't commenting on videos really much. So that's why my videos are kind of like scattered because I don't know what you guys are looking for. I haven't found anything yet that piques your guys' interest. So you guys got to tell me. You know, you want to dive more into reverse engineering. You want to get into mobile. You want to get into bug bounty. You want to get, you know, what is it? You know, pen testing. You know, what do you guys want to get into? You let me know, and we get enough people, you know, agreeing with you, and you know, we can dive into that, whatever it is. But I just wanted to do a quick video here on this and show you guys, you know, what can be possible and that we can dive into. If you guys are tired of the, you know, random videos on random topics and everything. Um, so you guys let me know. Tell me what you say. Join the chat room if you want. We could talk about it in there. And let's see where it goes. Okay? We'll see you next time, guys.